Bonjour everyone, welcome to another video. So this morning I decided to do something have been thinking about for a little while. So basically I thought I'd do a little trip down memory lane. So you can probably see here what we have in front of us. A big old stack of dead trees, commonly known as magazines. David Patterson at That Dude in Blue recently just released a two-part video series in regards to the changes between 2012 and 2022 on the tuner scene, which I always find fun. These kind of retrospective type, look at how the scene was back then and how it's changed throughout the years, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So I thought, since I do have, quite a few of these old car magazines, old tuner magazines still laying around, I thought I'd pull out a few basically and kind of curate a little step back even further in the past. Instead of doing what's changed in 10 years, well, how about basically what would have happened? What was the tuner scene about 20 years ago, and how did it evolve? Up to that pretty much that sweet spot where David left off in 2012. These, as you can see, are from this would have been probably fall 2003 if we're talking about the release, or late summer, actually late summer 2003. Probably this would have been on the shelves in July 2003, 2004. You can see a little format change. 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 8, 10, 11, and all the way down 2012. Same time, little tidbit here. You can see basically how thick these 03, 04 ones are versus the one in 2012, 2011 that is very thin. That's obviously, you can see as well the evolution of how the magazine stopped being, in views of the fact that everything's online and all this stuff is information is retrievable and whatnot. But having an actual physical medium is just something very different. So without further ado, let's dive into this. So what was going on in the summer of 2003? Now, Super Street Magazine, as you can, if you guys are not super familiar with, a lot of you people will be, is basically a tuner magazine that's really that really has a strong bias into Japanese tuner cars. A lot of stuff from Japan, a little bit, a good coverage of the U.S. scene, especially the SoCal scene, if we're talking about the tuner scene. Other tidbits from around the world. And you'll notice as the years go by, there's a little bit of diversification as well. So first and foremost, this is not the oldest one I have, but I thought, it's the oldest one that I thought was worth looking. I thought we'd just look at the covers basically for these magazines and, browse through what we have. So several special editions basically were released in regards to Super Street. You had example like this here, the turbo issue. So we've got here, as you can see on the corner here, the top secret Toyota Altezza. Now, mind you, 2003, the IS 300 was out in the US. For a couple of years, but the Altezza here, in this signature shade of gold, big front mount intercooler. This would have been a 3SG powered vehicle, and RS200 basically, so the Beams engine with a turbocharger, so on and so forth. And if we pull back a little bit here, we'll see that this is the turbo issue. You have also every year Super Street putting out a very funny April issue for April Fools. Be able to see one of those as well. You've got the Honda issue, the Nissan issue that would come out. Several little features that I'll take the time to go through in one or two of these as an example. But here we have a duo of top fuel Hondas, so DC5 Type R as well as an EK Civic. Yeah, so at the time in 2003, these were Japan's fastest front-wheel drives if we're talking about time attack cars. So pretty cool stuff. Obviously, you always get the scantily clad JDM models on most of these covers, as you will see. So you can see also superstreetonline.com, which is still alive but more or less active, obviously. Superstreet does have pretty good presence on social media, IG, Facebook, so on and so forth. See also pricing of the magazine. Yeah, so basically we're talking about, you know, as you can see, what's up in Japan for these for this era of Super Street. A lot of Japanese stuff. I'll just put this down a quick second here. At least just open up so we can check out. Oh, here we go. I'll just move this water around here. You know, cool thing about these as well, just taking a dive back into these old ads. Look at this BF Goodrich ad with the Z33 350Z Nismo S-Tune, Nismo GTL M4s, you know, all that good stuff, you know. That's also something I find fun, but I did want to just pull out the, yeah, look at this RX-8, which was brand spanking new for 2003, so just came out. You can see on top here, it delivers 250 naturally aspirated horsepower. Funny, there's an asterisk because Mazda had actually gotten sued for overshooting what these Renesas engines were actually putting out, and it was reviewed to 239 horsepower at that time. Same thing for the NC Miata when it came out. So we'll just flip through a few things here. Tires, wheels, you know, A-box spring with the rear-wheel drive Civic. Pretty cool. Old school stuff. Optima yellow top batteries. Look at this. Good old original Xbox. Midtown Madness. Very Ricer Wings West Civic. The Nitto tires, they use this ad very long time. And here we have part that I was looking for a little bit. Got some editorials by the editors. Johnny Wong, still well known. Ricky Chu. I just want to get the table of contents, which is a little bit far. I'll see if I can actually find it, because I may have passed over it without even noticing. But there's a lot of cool stuff here, basically. Sorry, I'm just kind of lost in my oh yeah, so these were very comedic magazines as well, and not something that was taking taking themselves super seriously and whatnot. But either way, we kind of passed just wanted to show you kind of like the format that we were looking at if we're talking about these articles. So here's that top fuel DC5, pretty darn cool. C West body kit, the raised G Games wheels. You've got the big Power Neo livery on the side for the engine management system. Definitely something that's really cool and what I really like. These are this is an article written by Jonathan Wong. Jonathan Wong is still very present in the tuner scene, and his EF Civic. You know, he's had probably 15 years just fine tuning everything there, and it's still visible at the JCCS shows, Japanese nostalgic car and whatnot. So, you know, just looking at a few little tidbits here. Look at those Lambo doors, eh? Wow. Just very retro. There's that K20 0400 Special Dragon Street Fighter. This commodity is a car inspection correspondence. You gotta love the Japanese English on there, eh? I just love this kind of stuff. You got all the classic. There you go. Recaro seats, Takata harnesses, FCON V Pro. Wow, hey, bringing us back. And there's your big slug on that K20. Either way, I mean, you can kind of see what. Oh, actually, the wheels. I said there were G games. They're actually advanced, from what I can see in this article. What I always liked about these magazines is not only for the time did you have excellent photos. In this case, credit to Wes Allison, which was a photographer at that time. There's your big brake setup, Brembo brakes with the advanced wheels. But you also have the fast facts, which are just a breakdown. So if you want to freeze that there you go. Look at that. And yes, good old GT Wing functional aero, people, not Amazon or anything like that. But all that to say, Super Street at that point was covering cars of on the Japanese tuner scene that were lesser known here. So that was just like a little bit of a more expansive look there, but we're not gonna take that much time on each of them. Here's your June 2004 issue of Super Street. This thing is girthy as heck, just for fun. See if I can get a page in it. Yeah, 290 pages basically. 290 pages, again for $5. Mind you, 2004, eh? Not a whole lot was going on. This is like the early forum times, if we're talking about automotive forums. Also, another thing that was really cool about these magazines, they always used to put on the side here, just funny stuff, basically. There you go. June 2004. So, top secret. Definitely not unknown player on the tuner scene. We all know Smokey Nagata's V12 top secret Supra, and things of that nature that we'll actually get back to. So, had that top secret Altezza cover car for this specific issue. Again, hello, mademoiselle. The 690 horsepower Nissan 350Z, which today, basically, a twin turbo VQ with all the right parts, the right fueling and whatnot, is something just, oh yeah, 690, yeah, it's pretty solid, but it's nothing special. Well, 19 years ago, let's just say that, or 18 years ago, 18 and a half years ago, should I say, this was something that was pretty incredible. So, real sponsorships, eh? With parts that are actually in the car. You gotta love this. Look at that. Ray's Engineering. I believe these were C28N. Obviously hard to see because they're spinning right now. Obviously the big top secret there. Endless brakes, Bridgestone tires. Aragosta was... what was Aragosta actually? No, I don't remember. Oh, suspension. It's written right underneath. Suspension systems, Cusco LSD, obviously. Takata harnesses, Recaro seats, always the top parts at the time, and obviously the last gen Eclipse before it became Eclipse Cross. The prototype, they actually got to drive that around a little bit, which is always cool. Matchbox actually makes a 164 of this, even that's still being released today. I believe a recent retro wave had this cast in there, so it's not the real last gen Eclipse car, it's the actual prototype. So yeah, again, pretty cool stuff. These still a car that would attract positive attention. This one, I believe, is something that people will definitely like. So we've got the Advan Time Attack HKS Full Carbon Evo 8 with the Signal Racing GTR 34. Very cool. And a wild wide body Supra. that would be Abflug body kit. Love it or hate it. Definitely, most people don't really like the aesthetics. I'm one of these people. I don't like that it's so over the top, but at the same time, it's kind of like a staple, and it's still something that's recognized today. So another turbo issue here. So there you go. 700 horsepower Skyline, 552 horsepower Carbon Evo. Again, numbers may not seem that high, but you got to remember, August 2004, this was quite some time ago. So those were very impressive numbers. Keep in mind that example in 2004, you did not have the R35 GTR on the market. You had the G35 in the example, and the 350 ZZ33, both with the EQ35Ds pushing out about 280 horsepower. Was top of the line at Nissan. Honda, you had the Civic Type R in Japan. Over here was the SI with the K20 with just 160 horsepower. The S2000 was the top of the line there because the NSX had just been discontinued. So 240 horsepower. Toyota was definitely not in the game at that point. Sorry for Toyota people, but 2004, if you look at the lineup, I think probably the most powerful car in there was probably like the Sequoia or something like that, So nothing sporty about that. But yeah, these are staple. I mean, these two cars at a show today would be completely, basically grabbing all the attention. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see that these cars are still relevant today if we're talking about the tech that's in there. So, of course, there's some things about the tuner scene of that vintage that maybe is not something that we really want to remember. 5-axis cars, no offense to the creators of the time, but these were really basically, the all show no go type of thing. So you got the Scion XB turned into a mobile, turntable club thing, yeah. So that's the kind of stuff basically that, very, very car show, very, very all bling, and that really did not age all that well in regards to, although this is 6-figure budget of a build by professional tuners. Very well done stuff. And actually this specific one came back on sale this year in 2022. Not the same color. A lot of aesthetically, a lot of stuff has changed. And some of the in-car entertainment, the ICE in there, is definitely different now, but still has like that mobile pull-out DJ spin, turntable type of thing. But what I really find cool in this specific sense is the fact that despite some stuff that we don't necessarily want to see, when I look at this though, Midnight Mayhem, illegal drifting in the hills of Japan. We're talking about these guys going to Japan and filming the good old toge runs on the spot, which is something I definitely want to find quick just to show you how the coverage was possible at that time, and what yeah, of course, diecast related. Hotworks Garage. Guys, this is awesome stuff. I actually do have 2 of these 124 scale fully buildable cars. If you'd like to get more info on these, let me know. So, wow. Anybody recognize this guy? We'll talk more about that one. And the one I have here is the black version of this 124 Nismo S-Tune. Oh, it's actually Z-Tune, sorry. I actually have the black one there. I didn't apply the stickers, but all the rest, yep, I have that one. No idea how much these are worth today because they're impossible to find, but there you go. You have adjustable camber, adjustable ride height. You know, as you saw, comes stock in the box, and you decide how you want to modify it. Do you want to just do the body kit, just do the engine, the engine swap, just change out the exhaust, the seats, you know, you do what you do. So, after taking a little moment to peruse on, yeah, so basically, had here, these guys actually went to Japan to film some street drifting, some night drifting, and I mean, handheld cameras. You do what you did. 2004, no camera phones that took pictures that were print worthy. Yeah, basically. Oh yeah, by the way, you can see that some of the snaps, Wes Allison again, but also Nads, John Naderi, which you may have heard or seen in hooligan videos. So Papa Nod's still there today. So again, you know, like very poor quality photos, but I mean, it just gives that total vibe that is very en vogue right now, to say the least. But you know, you've got the yeah, very JDM-ness going on there. Lots of cool stuff, and few of these drift cars back when 240s were actually easy to pick up for a very decent price. And with the owners talking a little bit about their cars. You know, you got some stats on here. Just fun stuff to look at. Don't hesitate to freeze frame if you want to read a little bit more on that. But you know, cool. You know, so two extremes right there with the show stuff that was more or less aged well, and you know, the Japan stuff that's still epic to this day. So, oh yeah, this is pretty funny. It's Pamela Anderson calling answer the bone back. Yeah. Signal Auto SR20 swapped 350Z with that flip paint that we know so well. Very, very cool stuff. So, you know, this was really popular as a thing to take a photo hood up, photo hood down, then just go ahead and make as if you could see through the hood through a quick Photoshop there, or probably a very extensive one at the time. Cool feature on this one, the facelifted RSX had just came out with the extra 10 HP, the you know, little styling cues, redesigned the 17-inch wheels and all that good stuff. So final hurrah for the RSX. So pretty cool stuff. This is a this would have been a November 2004, I believe, or December. November 2004. So yeah, still very cool today. And this is probably something that a lot of people are gonna like. Look at that, eh? The good old Altezza drift car by HKS with the Genki sponsorship. Just all these cool little things. D1 Grand Prix Series. You know, you got the option website that's there. Now, how epic is that, eh? 340 horsepower bolt-ons for your STI. Mind you, the STI, or this is 2004, the STI had just come out. Or is this 2004? 2005? February 2005, actually. So the STI, the blob I had just come out, basically. The year prior. Your little feature here. Record-breaking RSX. That Skunk 2 drag, front-wheel drive drag racing car. Very, very cool. And look at all this stuff that's covered here. Suspension secrets. Drift, grip, drag, all, you know. Very cool. Very, very cool. And you had a good drag racing and drift coverage. So that's always cool. You know, that it's very diverse. Here you have more US based drifting here with the Red Bull sponsored Pontiac Solstice Formula Drift car. Very, very cool. Obviously you have Nopi, which was really big, the Nopi ride that Super Street will host every year. So big cruise down to the Nopi car show races and whatnot there. So that's pretty cool. So a real JDM Sylvia that you could win. Bear in mind that this was in September 2006. So September 2006, Motorex was still a thing. So getting JDM cars imported that wouldn't be legal under the 25-year was technically possible. Although, well, we all know what happened there. And mind you, this is the 10th anniversary of Super Street, hence this little logo there. And a little featurette here. Look at that, eh? A 1UZ swapped AE86 hatchback. Very, very cool stuff. So yeah, you know, this is kind of coverage that you want to see, you know. There you go. Very cool stuff. Let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, everybody knows this bad boy here. The Mines R34 Skyline. So this would be March 2007. Hello, how are you? Zero Sport STI. Zero Sport is, I find, it was one of the ones that blended the best function and form. So this is a real-time attack car with functional aero, but look at the lines of that bumper, how well it works with the Hawkeye STI front end. Personally, it's definitely not my favorite one, but hey, it's pretty cool. Unlimited, yep, this is in the unlimited class time attack. Crazy R32 GTR that, you know, take off all the stickers, poof, wow, so perfect today. And of course some stuff that didn't age as well, maybe. I'll let you guys decide about that Varietta and the XB. Oh, hi, yes. And yeah, so, you know, some epic stuff. See, we're already in 2007 in March. Speaking of, we already talked about this a little bit earlier. Yes, Smokey Nagata's top secret V12 Super with the custom front end. 1,000 horsepower, 249 miles per hour in 2007. So literally this would have been 15 and a half years ago. What can we say? Other coverage, you've got some drifting going on, some car show coverage as well, so pretty relevant as of today. A little bit of booty action there, you know, striking a pose, of course, but you know, that's what it was, you know, 80% for the cars, 20% for the girls. Well, for younger people back in the day, I guess. Now this one is a very well-known car. Actually, you've got two very well-known cars here. You've got this K20 swapped Fit, first gen Fit from Jay's Racing, very well-known tuner for Hondas. And of course the bigger picture here, The all-wheel drive Jun Auto 350Z. That is something that's pretty insane. That a twin turbocharged VQ, stroke to 3.8 liters. This thing was a beast back in the day. This was actually featured, I believe, in Gran Turismo as well. Gran Turismo 4 probably. Got some more JDM goodness up there. So yeah, there you go. So a swap guide. And this was, oh yeah, the JZX 100, pretty interesting stuff. This was actually somebody that's in a wheelchair that made his own drift car. It's adapted to him being able to use it. So cool little features. Yes, there was a sushi up there as well. Getting to the end of this, my friends. Obviously, over half an hour now. There we go. So HKS Hypermax Street Z. So this is their street spec twin turbo car. JDM wheel buyer's guide for all you wheel whores. Always good to have some eye candy for those. And what had been just released at that point in time, November 2008. Yes, the R35 GTR. It's not the first look. This would have been the first long-term or semi-long-term kind of thing. Pardon the ladies on there again. 24 hours actually is not very long. And then we're falling into the basically getting close to the 2010s here. So we're getting more to stuff that you know, today, you know, is still a thing. So you've got a RB26 swapped wide body RX-7 on the cover. Definitely something that people do tend to be interested in. I believe this car is still around today. Scuba time attack coverage, very cool. And oh yeah, 700 D16 mission accomplished. We are talking about a Bisimoto build for the Ultimate Street Car Challenge right there. Worth looking up, by the way, Bisimoto. I don't know if you you see the little car that's jumping there. You can probably guess who that is. I'll leave that up to you with your guesses in the comments. April 2010. So definitely an evolution in the style of the magazine, and obviously the girth of it as well. It's not paper thin, but it's definitely thinner than it was. And when I was talking about more of an international coverage, what we've got here, 2JZ GT swapped S15 Sylvia from Sumo Power, which is in the UK, hence the Cosworth sponsorship right there. Cosworth forged internals in this engine. We're talking about pistons and rods and stuff, so but still very GDM, obviously. I mean, you've got the old school BC sponsorship right there. HKS Blitz, Duluck would have been the body kit, or is it that? I think it's a Vertex body kit. Duluck also does make wheels, but these don't look like Duluck wheels. Either way, got also a Japanese inspired E46, so a little bit of Euro, but obviously Super Street was really JDM under Prime Media, the publisher. There was also a European car magazine that was specialized in all the VW, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Porsche, and all the other European. And we have, as a special feature here, this when it came out, built with Motegi. This is Stefan Papadakis' A86, completely custom car, completely sickest wide body Corolla 86 in the US. A86 in the US. Hi, definitely very cool, very cool. Big turbocharger. Yep. So, and last we're gonna look at, just mentioned Bisimoto. Well, Bisimoto went ahead and built a 1004 horsepower SI. This model had well, when just released, I mean, but the facelifted version had just been released. Talking about February 2012 here, so 10 years ago, almost 11 actually. And yeah, so we'll end the video on that little tidbit. So hope you enjoyed this walk down memory lane, walk back in time. You know, let me know your feedback. If you remember some of these builds. If you used to buy these like I did every month, you know, what's your thoughts about, you know, do you remember the scene being a little bit more ricey? Obviously, these are all mostly professional builds and a lot of stuff from abroad, but you know, I enjoyed just going through these with you, and you know, obviously, like, subscribe if that was something that you enjoyed, and of course, oh yeah, just noticed something as well. Long-awaited arrival of RWB USA in February 2012, people. The internet did not invent everything. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.